We now move on to creating the visualization of our balance sheet in Power BI. Close the income statement table and expand on the balance sheet table. So what we do now is we create a new page. I'm going to just rename this balance sheet. Yes. I'm going to do it a bit differently. I'm going to insert my image, my company logo. For the case study, it's Amazon. You can either do it this way, or what you can do is you can just copy and paste. So just highlight there and then Control C, Control V, and it will actually put it in exactly the same spot. I'll show you, Control V, puts it exactly in the same spot. So that's probably the quicker way of doing it. I'm going to do the same with my income statement. I'm going to just highlight it there, Control C, Control V. I'm just going to call that balance sheet because it's already formatted. Great. So if you remember, the first step we're going to do is we're going to click on Matrix Visualization. So now we're going to build our balance sheet. So there's my balance sheet matrix. There's my size. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring sort by type into my rows. I'm going to bring my, let's stick now with the type, it's fine, into my rows, and then I'm going to bring in the balance sheet items. So that's what I do to my rows. In terms of values, if you remember, now we're going to drag and drop all our measurements. So there's the balance sheet for the current year, balance sheet data for the previous year. Here's our variance between the current and prior period. There's my horizontal variance, and there's my vertical percentage. Great. Next step, we want to format this. So what we do, first step is go to Style, bold header, then I move on to my column headers, turn off word wrap, and go to my row headers, and I turn off step layout, and then we turn off subtotals. There we go. All right, great. So now, once we've done that, let's start looking at what this will look when we start expanding this. So there's my top, my assets, my liabilities. If we go one more, there's our balance sheet. Sort the table there. Great. That looks good. So now you can just scroll down. You just click there. You can scroll down. So there's our balance sheet. All right. So for some reason, it's put liabilities, accounts payable. It's put it under sort by type 2, which it actually should be sitting here. But what I want to do is I want to bring in the subtype, because that's actually what we want to actually put the subtype. Let's just see, put that at the top. So let's just see what this looks like. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Right, so our main type is our assets, our current liabilities, and these are individual line items. So this one here, it actually needs to be sort by type sort by type 3, which we can look at now. Let's go to this table. So it's this here, accounts payable. So what I would do in this instance, I will go and fix it up in the Excel spreadsheet. So I'll go and open up my source. And then I would look for here. See, here's the problem. That there should be 3, not 2. So we just change that to a 3. Done that. We save it. We go back into Power Query, Power BI, and we can actually just go back to home and visualize it. And you'll see now if we hit the refresh button here, it will actually reclassify this correctly because we've saved it now. There we go. Let's move it there. So that looks good. The other step is we want to hide this column. They don't need to, the user doesn't need to see that. Make this a bit bigger. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to rename this. Just double click. Same as what we did in the previous video. Can also do it here, rename. Okay, that's good. Okay, now the next step we want to do is we want to create a year slicer. So the first thing we do is we drag our year into there. And what I'm going to do is same as I did previously. I'm going to change this to a slicer. And then I'm going to change this. Make sure that yeah. Change that to the slicer there. We want to make sure that it's responsive. I'm just looking for that's a slicer, yes. But we want to change this into drop down list. For some reason it's not showing here as a drop down. Let's just go back to what we did here previously. Change that to a slicer. Oh, there we go. All right. So what we want to do is we want to change that to a list. But we want to show it horizontally. And we want to show it in one row, so responsive off. And I'm going to give this a bit of a shadow. And then I'm going to expand our balance sheet table. Alright, so just to recap, we've got our logo, we've set what the report is about, we've got our table, so here's our main. And remember, you can also, if you want to call this something else, like here, if you want to call that not type, you can just double click and give it whatever name you want, and so on and so forth. So we've got our main, we've got our subtype, we've got our different balance sheet items, we've got our current period financials, our prior comparatives. We've got our variance between the current and prior. We've got the year-on-year variance, and as well as the vertical analysis. So now if we go to 2015, you'll see the numbers change dynamically. So here's your current year 2015 numbers, no comparatives. 2016 with comparatives, 2017 with comparatives, 2018, 2019. Also, when it comes to formatting here, you can also give it different colors that you want. You can change in, I think it's filter formatting, conditional format, one of these. Let's just go through it. Background, now. We go from top, style. And this is where you want to start playing around with different formats. So see, you can make that blue, whatever color you want. So that's personal preference. So you can play around with the formatting as you wish. See row headers, I can maybe make that lighter. See there, for example. So on the row headers, you can change that. That's probably not easy on the eye. And that's also not. So I'm just going to revert back to my black. There we go. Great, and then you can scroll up and down. So that concludes the video on creating your balance sheet table in Power BI. We will now move on to the cash flow statement visualization.